Thinking about running? Here's 5 things that serious candidates do first. One of the things that I can think of is getting to know your community.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Ultimately, when you're running a campaign, you have to know what the issues are. What are you proposing to do to address some of the issues that are in your community?
Obviously, you're door knocking. Obviously, you're getting to know the people there. Where are some of the other places that people might go besides door knocking? Maybe at a place of worship, maybe at the local school.
It's good to have friends and people that you know in the community that can introduce you to these places of worship, because it may not be a place that you would frequently attend yourself. There were also people that were prepared to host sort of community functions in their homes.
Yeah, sure.
Say, hey, listen,
cheese night or something.
Yeah, why don't you come by and we'll gather some people together and you can sort of state your platform and tell people what you're running for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there are a myriad of different things that you could do to really put yourself out there. Exactly right.
During my campaign, volunteers were huge.
Oh, yeah.
So you need a volunteer base.
This is not something you can do by yourself, right? You may need, 10, 15, maybe 100 volunteers to be able to go knock on doors.
But maybe we can also talk a little bit about budget. You're thinking about getting signs. You're thinking about getting materials.
So proper financial management is important. Documentation is important. Understanding what you could do with the resources that you have. We talked about provincial downloading before, where municipalities have to do more with less.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the same thing when you're running your campaign. So there are limitations, but you have to pay attention to what you do have and ensure that those dollars could stretch as far as they can.
I remember, and I'm not sure if you did this, Steve, but I made flyers that I had by myself.
By yourself?
Right.
Oh,
so
wow. I'm not as artistic as you, so.
But I had there was no AI. Stuff that took me an hour and a half to 2 hours before Gemini spits out in 30 seconds. Yeah. So if you have the ability to leverage something like that for free, I would say use it. It's not always going to be perfect. You can figure it out.
When you're talking about, a community of 10,000, 20,000 people, and you want to have a flyer at each and every door, that adds up. And so I tell folks all the time, look, put aside a few $1,000. These things will add up on you quickly. And I know that will discourage some folks to say, well, do I have that kind of money? You can solicit donations to your campaign.
Yes.
But you certainly want to be speaking to your local town or your city clerk's office, getting that information so that you're not running afoul of the rules.
That's so true. I certainly was not shy about asking people and saying, hey, listen, I'm running for election. I'm going to be representing our community. Whatever you can give me would be super helpful. And sometimes people only have $25. That's okay. Have your elevator pitch ready.
Yeah.
Because besides these wine and cheese nights where maybe people are willing to open up their checkbooks, just having something available so that you can, dip into it when you need to instead of having to fund it all on your own is very helpful.
So I'm going to surprise everybody here that's watching this. I'm a very quiet person. I really like to socialize a lot. I'm more like Clark Kent.
I'm more like Clark Kent. I do not believe
And during the campaign, I had to be Superman. Because I had to do things, superhuman power, and go and talk to a lot of folks, ask for money.
Yes.
I'd rather not do that. I'm the kind of guy that comes into a room and I'd rather sit at the back and just observe.
Got it.
Right? And so for many of us who feel like the way that I did, you're going to have to put on your Superman cape or your Wonder Woman gear and get out there and do things that you may not necessarily feel comfortable doing. And so asking for money may be one of those things. But I'll tell you, in order to get elected, in order to represent your community, you have to be out there.
Lean into your personality, use it, know your stuff, like how we were talking about, know your platform. They're going to ask some really strange and odd questions sometimes. Be ready for them. And if you don't know the answer, say, I don't know.
Be your authentic self.
Totally.
Where people could want to support you. It's really about making people feel comfortable, letting people know what you're about. Totally. And at the end of the day, what you hope to hear is, hey, I'll vote for you.
Some of this is like civics 101. I get to a door and they would be like, what do you mean there's a municipal election? And having to explain like, okay, no, these are the things the region is in charge of. This is what the school board's in charge of. This is what our town is in charge of. This is what the province takes care of. Having to provide that guidance, I think, on a regular basis at a door, repetitive to a certain degree, but also super helpful.
To find out whether or not that incumbent or incumbents are doing a good job, taking a look at previous council meetings and sort of seeing who's saying what, who's bringing forward certain initiatives or who's not bringing certain initiatives. One of your campaign issues could be council is not accountable. Maybe council is not transparent. And so certainly familiarizing yourself with how council has conducted themselves over the last 4 years is something that you could learn from a distance and then be able to strategize and figure out, okay, what is it that I'm going to suggest that is going to be different or allow me to distinguish myself from the person that is in that chair.
Visit AMO's Healthy Democracy Project for tools and resources to make sure you have everything you need to help you run. the details really, really matter. Otherwise, you're going to end up ending your campaign before it even starts.